Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I want to talk to you guys about 4 tips to help you to living a more fulfilling life. So, for those who are new, I want to say welcome. My name is Tony. I am a stay-at-home homeschooling mom with 5 kids. That's right, there's 5 kids that I'm with 24/7. And I decided 2 years ago that I was going to change my life. I was tired of being that overweight, depressed mom who was suffering with Hashimoto's disease. Our youngest was 6 weeks old, and I finally got the green light to start working out. So I decided, you know what? I am going to be the best version of me that I can. So let me tell you, the last 2 years has been an amazing transformation for me, not only in being able to lose weight, to change my physical appearance, but it has changed my mind, changed my, the way I view myself, the way I carry myself, the way I am a better mother, a better wife, a better, daughter, a friend, all of those things. Because this journey is so much more than just about that number on the scale. So that is why I am on fire. That's why I'm passionate about what I do. I am passionate about helping other moms to get out of that rut, to find that fulfillment that they once had, or maybe you've never had it and you're looking for that. So if that is you, if you want more out of life, this is for you today. And I want you to message me and I can help you to dig deeper to find out what it is and how to get to where you want to be. So let's dive in right into what I have for you today. And that is 4 tips to becoming more satisfied with your life. Hello, more fulfilled. Okay, so actually for tuning in live right now, I have a little bonus tip for you because I want to say thank you. And I love it when you guys, when you see me get on live, that you just hop on to see what the message is. And today, my bonus tip for you is stop comparing. Stop comparing. That is your bonus tip. I know we're on social media right now and it's so easy to get into that comparison-itis, if you will say. I have done it myself. I struggle with it on a regular basis, actually. And that is why I have stopped looking at certain people's Facebook pages. Because they will tell me one thing in person, and then what I see them posting is, for example, someone who says they have no money, they can't eat healthy, but yet they are remodeling their house. They buy a new car. They're always buying new clothes and going out to coffee. And I'm wondering, how in the heck are you doing this? Right? You feel like, okay, that doesn't make sense. And you get into that negativity and that cycle. So stop comparing, put up your blinders, focus on you. Because really, that's all you control is yourself, correct? Even as a parent, you know that you can't always control your kids either, correct? So that's your bonus tip. Stop comparing. All right, so tip number 1. I want you to start doing daily affirmations. Because I know for me, it is so easy to feel like you don't really matter. And that, feeds into the whole not feeling fulfilled or feel like you're not living your purpose, right? So write down some daily affirmations. And what are daily affirmations? Well, I want you to write something positive about yourself. So it could be something like, I am an excellent homemaker. Or I, am great at staying organized, which unfortunately I'm not, but those are examples of an affirmation. So for this week, I just want you to write one down. Write one. I don't want this to be so mind-boggling and so complex that you don't even start. So write down one affirmation. And then the tip is that you're going to be repeating this to yourself, or tape it on your bathroom mirror, or put it on your desk, or make it your screensaver on your phone or your computer so that you are going to see it. Because trust me, the more you look at something, it's going to become what you are, right? So that is tip number 1, daily affirmations. Number 2, I want you to visualize, where do you want to be in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year? Are you fulfilled where you are? If you are, great. And then if you aren't, I want you to think, well, where do I want to be? Do I want to have that new store that I had this hobby business at home and I finally want to get my craft out there? Is that a goal you have for a year? Or maybe you've always wanted to write a book. In 6 months, do you want to have a rough draft written, or do you want to have, some contacts lined up, or what does it look like for you? Do you want to get out of your job? Are you looking for a new career? Do you need to go back to school? So what are your goals? I want you to break it down into, in 6 months, where do you see yourself? And, where do you see yourself? Break it down into those chunks, because it makes it so much more manageable when we have these little bite-sized chunks to our year. Okay, so that, and number 2, along with the visualizing, I want you to think of what it look like. What does it look like to get from a 3-month benchmark, or your 6-month mark, or your year? What does it look like for you? What are you doing? What do you look like? What clothes are you wearing? How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about those around you? How do you want others to feel that are around you? What message do you want to be portraying to others? Okay, I really want you to dive deep in here. If for one for you is like you want to be in a new house, what does that house look like? How are you going to decorate it? What does the front yard look like? Are there beautiful flowers? Gorgeous trees, a wraparound porch? What does it look like for you? I want you to write all these details down, because it's going to help with your visualization. And I know so many times people think, well, does this really work? Well, it does, because what you fill your mind with, that is what you're going to think about, right? And our minds are such a powerful tool that it's so easy to get that negative mindset of, I'm never going to have this, or so-and-so has this, but why can't that happen to me? Or we see all the negative stuff in the media and the news, and let's block all that out and let's focus on the positive, right? So visualize. I want you to think of all those things, of where you're going to get to your goals, all right? So that is tip number 2. Tip number 3, now I want you to get out pen and paper, and I want you to write down those goals. Write them down. So maybe you want to lose, 50 pounds this year. Write it down. And then I don't want you just to write down the goal itself. So 50 pounds may be your goal, or writing a book may be your goal, or hiking a mountain may be your goal. So that is the goal. But then I want you to attach that feeling. How are you going to feel once you reach that goal? Why is that goal important to you? Okay? Because so often, January was a few months ago, and everybody has these lofty goals, New Year's resolutions, and they are going to conquer the world. Well, we are at the end of March, and how many of us are still on those resolutions, on track to reach those? I know for me, I am guilty, because I have this great document I printed out of all these things I was going to do, and I haven't really stuck to it. So that is why this video is not only for you, but it's for me to reevaluate where I am and how to make those baby steps to getting there, instead of just throwing my hands up and being like, well, I didn't do it, I guess I'll have to wait till next January. No, you don't have to wait till January. Just think, we are almost on a new month. Why not start now? Okay, so write down those goals. I want you to write down the specifics. Okay, so let's use weight loss for an example. I want to lose 50 pounds by, I want you to have a date of when you want to do this goal, because it will help me to, I will feel, get it? I want you to attach some feeling to it. What are things you're going to be able to do once you reach that goal? Will it give you freedom to do things you've never done before? The confidence to do things you've never done before. Write those down, all right? And tip number 4 for you, I want you to decide on the woman that you want to become, and then go be her. So that kind of wraps everything together. I want you to decide on who you want to be. Do you want to be someone who, is just, so, doesn't really know what they want? Do you want to be someone who is changing the world? Do you want to be someone who is just confident in everything that they do? Do you want to be someone who inspires and influences someone else? Do you want to be someone who, your children look up to you? Be that person. All right? I'm not saying to copy someone else or to imitate someone else. I'm saying think of who you want to be. Do you want to be that homeschool mom? Do you want to be that soccer mom? Do you want to be that work at home mom or work away from home mom? Whatever it is that you want to do, what you want to become, be her. And a thing that I like to do is do like a reverse engineering. So for me is that I want to be someone who inspires my kids. Someone who, I set these goals and I don't back down. Despite the bumps in the, on the path on the way there. I want to be someone who, others are influenced and they are inspired to become better versions of them. So what does that look like? How do you do that? Right? So you kind of have to go backwards, like, okay, if this is where I want to be, what little baby steps do I need to do to get there? And one thing that I have found in these last 2 years on my journey is that you really need to focus and work on yourself before you can be that person who's going to inspire others, who's going to change the world, right? So that is really what I have for you today, is that, you need to decide on that person that you want to be, then go do it, right? It's as simple as that. But we make it so much more complex that, you have to have so much money, or you have to look a certain way to do certain things, or have a certain degree. No. Stop putting those limitations on yourself and just go do it. All right? So that is my 4 tips for you, plus the bonus on how to live a more fulfilling life, how to feel like what you're doing is making a difference. Because I know as a mom, it is so easy to just get into the cycle of changing dirty diapers and doing laundry and cleaning up messes that just seem to be piling up despite you just cleaned like 2 minutes ago, right? So those are my tips for you today. Let me recap them really quick. My 4 tips for you is daily affirmations. 2, visualize where you want to be going. 3, write down those goals and attach feelings or how those goals are going to change your life. And number 4, this just ties it all together. Decide who you want to be and go after and make it happen. So I hope that inspires you guys to do something, make a change. And I would love to hear what it is that you want to do, how I can help you to live a more fulfilling life. And if you are needing any help on any of these tips or ideas, please feel free to reach out to me. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.